Hey, you don't need to put your eye in it, you just look at this now.
I know.
You're gonna press record and it works.
Yeah. I know.
No standing up, don't get goofy now.
Marissa. Okay. You, Ashley?
Alright, just a few pictures and shut it off. I want to save it.
I don't want to close up. Okay, I got it. If you even look at me, give me the Game Boy. What the hell? Okay, here.
Alright, that's enough. All right, get with me. Who's?
No, it's all yes.
It's you, hey! What's this steak? That's what that is.
Whenever you want them there.
I got
We
some
can get
pictures
them there at
I
11 o'clock.
That'd be good.
Where's the water?
I got to get over on the other side.
I'd like to welcome you all here to the Legislative Office Building, State Capitol. A few things you all need to know before this tour begins. This is an office building, and the State Capitol is an office building. So it's not a picnic, it's not an amusement park, it's an office building. So you'll need to be a great deal quieter on the rest of the tour so you don't disturb anybody in here doing the state.
This building, now we're going to go underground. And Mrs. Cook made a point of talking about the people mover and walking on it. I got stuck behind a group of grown-ups who decided to stand still. So, we don't want to lose time because you have places to be, people to see. So we're going to keep walking on that people mover. This building is only 11 years old, and it's considered one of the most modern buildings of its kind in the entire country. And when the legislature, the senators and representatives are meeting, this is where the public hearings take place. Have you heard of a public hearing before? Kind of, not really? Not. The public hearing is one of the more important steps in the lawmaking process. You heard how bills become law? Yeah. Well, one of the first steps after an idea is introduced is to have a public hearing. And the public hearings give us, the public, the chance to let the lawmakers, the elected officials, know how we feel about the ideas they want to make law. It's going to be a pretty unfair question, but just a quiet, quick show of hands for those of you who would think it'd be a good idea to have a longer school year. An equally quiet, quick show of hands for those of you who don't like this proposal. And one more show of hands for those of you who would be interested in coming to this building and letting the senators and representatives on the Education Committee know exactly how you feel about that bill. Good, because all of you can come here. All you would need to do is sign up behind the gentleman in the corner. There's a little desk. And when your name is called, you come here and speak your mind. Let the senators and representatives know how you feel. Sometimes they'll ask you questions. Usually they limit you to 3 to 5 minutes at the most, because we would probably expect a lot of people coming out for this particular bill. After the bill is discussed here, where would it go? Want to help me know? To who?
The Supreme Court.
Not the Supreme Court.
The
The Capitol, to the House of Representatives and the Senate. The members will meet and vote on the bill. Do you know how many people have to vote yes for a bill to pass and move on? More than half. Just one more than half, what we call a simple majority. And should the bill pass the House and Senate, it goes on to somebody's office. Who do you think would get that bill next? Who would get to sign the bill and make it a law?
The president?
Well, not the president. What's like the president in our state government?
The governor.
The governor. Who's our governor? A little louder. John Rowland. So if Governor Rowland gets that bill for year-round school and he signs it, it becomes a law. Anybody want to take a guess as to what we call it when the governor says no to a bill? Doesn't want it to become law? No? Okay.
Rejection.
Well, it's a rejection, but there's a special word for it.
Veto.
Veto. V-E-T-O. Vote with the vowels switched around. The governor vetoes the bill. Do you think that's the end of it? No, because they can go back, right. And this time it needs a 2/3 majority in the House and Senate to pass. So they can say no to a governor's no. I just wanted to quickly review that because I have a guess that the representative might go into that as well. So you can impress him by being totally prepared. Any questions so far? Okay, we're going to head over to the Capitol. The group that's going with me, we're going to go to the 3rd floor, see the Senate, down to the 1st floor, see some historic...
Why don't you show the doors?
Marissa's the camera. Marissa, turn to the doors. Whoa.
Turn around, face the doors, please. We have 10 hearing rooms, as Ms. Manola mentioned, and there's every door has 2 common patterns to it. At the top is our state seal. And have we studied out what our state seal is all about? You have.
Yes, you have.
I have.
Look at it.
Maybe you'll tell us.
Our state seal is right here.
Sussed in it. Look at
So
it.
in there are 3 grape arbors. You can see these 3 grape arbors. 3 of them. And they represent the 3 founding towns of the colony in Connecticut. You know what those 3 towns are?
Where's Marissa? What you doing up there? Yep.
Cost about 3 months. We're right now in the exact center of the state capitol. We're beneath the dome. So when you came in on your bus or cars and whatnot, you saw the dome. Where we are standing is the exact center. We're in an 8-pointed compass right here. Across the street, as I mentioned before, is Capitol Avenue, and then that's the museum where you're going to go later. It's also the State Library and the State Supreme Court. It's a lovely building. To my back or to the north is downtown Hartford, which is Bushnell Park and whatnot. To the east is Bushnell Memorial Auditorium. To the west is the Legislative Office Building and the State Armory. We are 256 feet at this point beneath the dome. We're going to go up a few more floors so we get a different perspective of it as we get higher.
David, stop.
But this is 256 feet. They have it on electrical lifts so they can raise and lower it down to the next level where they can get it. If they didn't, they'd have to be constantly putting the scaffolding up, so they take ladders and whatnot. But it's always lit, so you can see it.
Is there a name for this style of decorating? It doesn't remind me of New England. I don't know.
Now, they started off, this is a hodgepodge of architecture. Gothic, it's all rolled into one. Yeah, it almost looks like it when you see the gold. This has all been restored for the 10-year period of time, and there's a combination of papering, stenciling, and painting. All of the light fixtures in 1878, they've since all been electrified. These are the same fixtures. They've had some modifications, obviously, over 121 years, but this is just how the building looked in 1878. So if you stepped back in time, it came, 121 years later. So it's a gorgeous building. We're going to do a couple things here on the sides, and then we'll go upstairs. Are there any questions before I get moving on? Yes, sir.
What does that star represent?
The star represent? The star in the sky. Okay, come on over here, please.
No, it's not hard. No, it was. But... Let's do a close-up.
You want to gather around? Have we studied the Revolutionary War at all?
Yes.
Okay, so Nathan was born in Coventry, Connecticut, which is about 20 miles east of here, going out towards the University of Connecticut. He was educated at Yale University down in Haven, and he came back to Coventry to become a teacher. The Revolutionary War broke out in 1775, 1776. He would go behind the movement and whatnot of the British. He would write it in Latin, and he would put it in his boot right here. And he would transport that back and forth between between the enemy lines to give the information to General Washington and his forces. On one occasion, Nathan, he's 21 years old now, was down in New York City, and he visited a cousin of his who was named Samuel Hale. And Samuel Hale was a British sympathizer. They call them Tories. And they believed in keeping status quo. They are not in favor of the revolution. So what he did is he turned his cousin Nathan into the British authorities, who subsequently tried him for treason and sentenced him to die by hanging. So prior to his death, just prior to being hung, he made his famous statement, "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country." He was very patriotic. If he could have lived more than once, he would have gladly given his life over and over. He felt so strong for the revolutionary effort. Nathan Hale has been designated state hero of the city. One sidelight, which is a bit amusing, is when the legislature ends here in their sessions, which they ended last Wednesday at midnight, all of the legislators throw hula hoops and flowered leis and stuff from the upper balconies over Nathan. They use it as a place out in Canterbury, Connecticut. Her homestead is open to the public. She was noted for, in 1830, 1831, for teaching Afro-American women schooling. Very, very revolutionary for its time. She was a teacher for about, her school was open for about the very first, and so she's designated our state heroine. We do not have a monument of her yet, but there will be one sometime. So,
When was that legislated?
not too long ago. I can't pick up the exact year, but
I didn't realize that.
She's our state heroine. Who's granddaughter.
Good.
And she's out in Canterbury, Connecticut, which is out beyond Willimantic, and her home is also open to the public. So, similar, yeah. Exactly where and when, I'm not certain, but she's our gal. So we're going to go down here, do a few other things, and then we'll go upstairs.
It says 0 minutes. Okay, that means it's done. Okay, Marissa.
And these charters will give the colonies a little bit of self-government under the direction of the crown. So they had these charters for about 25 years, and then in 1687, the king that was in charge then, King James II, wanted these charters back. And the colony of Connecticut did not want to give their charter back. So if you go downtown where the old state house is, you may or may not have visited that someday you may, there was a tavern on that spot. And when the British sent their governor, Andros, and when you go across the street from the museum, you'll learn more about Andros, who was a British governor. To retrieve the charter, by prior arrangement, the Connecticut colonists decided they're going to take the charter away. They did it at the charter on the table, the room was candlelit. They extinguished the candles, and out the window they took the conspirators and handed the charter out to Captain Joseph Wadley, who was waiting by horseback. And he took that charter. Hold up.
David, 3 seconds.
Reader sits.
Yes.
These are all the laws that we were looking at.
Don't you ever see his sign up on the side of the roads? He's the one who takes them down after, too.
Hurry.
Big Daddy's going to be lieutenant governor.
As a step.
To refaller.
She's got it. Oh, Dad. Hello. You don't like to
Got a flat?
Ow, yeah.
Okay, gang. From the House of Representatives, this is a much bigger chamber.
It's much cooler.
You can't walk alone. You guys gotta walk all together.
You want some ice? You want ice in your drink or what?
Is that
Steps, not chairs.
step in the...
Benches in the front or the
There's
steps.
a little bit of room left on the benches, but there's plenty of step space.
Where's that chair? That's there, right there.
It's up to you. It's your call. We don't have that authority. You want to?
Yeah, they can each sit in the chair. Make sure you don't touch anything.
left up there, but you can each pick a chair. You can each be a representative.
All right, boys and girls, you may go up and sit in one of the chairs. Do not touch any of the buttons.
This is something that most groups don't get to do, but since you have your representative here, he's been kind enough to let you sit at the desk, so just respect his request of not touching anything,
I
please.
told these people that children from East Lyme were very well behaved and they would not mess anything.
And all Democrats. Make sure you sit in the Democratic representative seat.
That's right, you gotta sit on this.
All the Democrats are over here.
David, Charles.
Where are you? Oh, Democrats are over here. Chris, come on over here. You're a Democrat. You're a Republican? Get your own ride home.
We want to thank you for visiting the Capitol. You have some great answers, great questions. Keep up the good work. And since it is almost the end of school, have a wonderful summer vacation. And have a great day at the Old State House. Is that all yours?
Thank you very much. You guys have a nice tour. Give the people a nice. I'd like to welcome you to, this is the chamber of the House of Representatives. This is where I sit. Does everybody know who I am? Who am I?
Governor or
Representative. And I represent you up in Hartford. I represent East Lyme and Old Lyme. There's 151 representatives that sit here. Does anybody know where I sit? Right there. Who wants to be me? Mrs. Reeves, you can be me.
You may proceed.
That's right. That's how we do it. The speaker sits up, talks up there. Now, we have 151 representatives from all over the state. And when we come up here to make laws and to pass laws. And I think you've heard a little bit about that today, where we have
If you want to talk about a bill and say, like, I think it's a good idea to extend the school year. So we go year-round. You talk like that, and everybody listens. And then when you have a chance to decide, then you vote. And that's where the votes show up there.
So we do every year. Look under your desk. I think they're still there. Those books, those are all the bills, all those books under there. Those are big files. And each one of those little pieces of paper is a law, a proposed law. So that's what we finished up. We finished up here under the terms of the Constitution. We have to end on the second Tuesday of June. I think we were second Wednesday, so we ended last week. We were working right up to midnight. We were passing laws right up to midnight. And you can see this on TV now. At home, I don't know, a lot of people are watching. So you can, when we're in session, you can turn on the TV, you can see us and see what we're doing. Keep an eye on us. Mrs. Reeves, I think I got a little gift for everybody. A little pic to remember your trip to Hartford. Picture of the Capitol, and signed by me. And on the back is information about the state. We heard the state tree is a white oak where the Senate chamber is up there. So you can keep this as a remembrance of a nice trip up to Hartford. What we do here is, on this side of the house is all the Democrats. They call that, when you hear the different sides of the aisle, the Democrats are on this side, and the Republicans are on this side. And we don't always agree, but we're always good friends. And that's how we decide to do issues. And when we pass the bill here, it goes up to the Senate upstairs where you were. That's a nice room. There's only 26 senators, or 36 senators. Melody Peters, remember how she said I could sit in her chair when I was up there when you guys left? That's where I was sitting in her chair. And she said to tell everybody from East Lyme to big hello because she can't be here today. Does anybody have any questions rather than me talking about what goes on here, how you make laws? Nobody has any questions? That's Representative Esposito. He had flag day the other day, and he thought it would be nice if we put some flags up the state, just for show. That's another thing. There's a representative from put me in. Every year on Valentine's Day, they give everybody a heart. And some of the representatives put them on the front of their thing, just to show that Valentine's Day. You gotta speak up because there's a lot of people gotta listen to you if you're gonna be a representative. The longest.
They're pretty. Those flowers are so pretty.
Not as pretty as you.
Oh,
Let's go.
No. Can I? You think?
No.
I didn't learn either. Can I
That's
do that
all
now? I didn't.
Why does this? We have the dilemma here with
Here.
the camera. I want to take for, so I got it forever. What are you trying to do? Pilfer that camera off on me?
Can I take a picture of the camera of this building then? I want the camera. That camera. I wanted that one too. Can I use this one? Marissa? No. Here, I'll give it to you then.
Yeah.
You can't put both on. Okay.
Yeah.
Marissa. Not both. You're doing it that way. You have to do it that way.
You can't do it in the sunlight. The other one don't come out.
Something issue. The other one he's gonna do it now. Marissa, in here, can I do some, please? No.
Sounds like
Please?
unfair, huh?
What?
Sounds like it's not fair, huh?
Sort of, half and half.
I'd really like to do it myself. It's just Marissa.
In here, follow the rules that are imposed.
Doing?
Blocking your view.
Oh, not
Close
you
up.
Again. Not you again.
Close up. How close was
Hold
that?
on, I'm going down the stairs.
Close up.
Why?
Hold on. Do you have your ticket to your house? Actually, it's the top.
Hey, look up top. See up top up there? See, those are stationary. The ones that with 3 people are on move. Look. Marissa, look up there. See the thing that goes around? Right up there. See how that goes around like that? Those are the ones that move. Like these 3 do it too. They got that lever up there.
We need a ticket. Where's Mr. Reeves?
Back out there somewhere. sure you're close up.
What? I want to tape for something. Where you tape it? Mister, can I tape? No.
It's gone.
Nope.
It's already on.
Get away. Mary did! Hey, Ben McCarthy's gonna need it after this ride. What is this? As a video camera.
Yeah.
I'm eating. I'm done yet. Marissa? You guys, come on, let's go through. Can I try Marissa? Nope. Please. Hello. A squirrel! I want a close-up for that. Don't get me close-up. Yep, be close-up. Whoa, I see you eating something. Let me get Fraser's. I got Fraser close-up. Fraser, you got your close-up. You're close-up. Yeah. You're close-up.
All right, man. Come on. Let's not waste any more film. Okay, that's it. First off.
looks like that, but it's all covered up all around.
Some hot out here, huh?
Mary Way.
Where?
Marissa, I gotta show you something. Where? Come here. Look. Marissa, see there's a baby. Okay, let's head out. Mary Way. Oh, where's the camera?
I'm getting it.
Mary Way. I want to picture that. Hey guys, you guys, our music teacher came from the dead. Mary Way. That's her mom, maybe. Hi.
Just go make a circle right around the start. I want everybody to fit in here.
That's right, so you can register safely now at 18. Now I'm going to introduce you to another lady, but this lady is not a historical character. This lady is a symbol, and she is a symbol of justice. Now, does anybody know what a symbol is? What is a symbol? Yes. Exactly right. Something that stays.
To the museum where it belongs. Thank you.
Members of the jury, you have to disregard what you just said about the musket ball. The musket ball is not introduced as evidence, so you have to entirely disregard.
Your Honor, I do believe the musket ball was introduced because Captain did testify to that. Will you rule on this now?